Hey everyone, and welcome to the last part of how to make this viral reel. In today's video, I'm going to show you how you can finish the remaining scene. But before we get started, don't forget to check out the Telegram channel as well as the Patreon, where I share a lot of good things in there. Also, don't forget to leave out a like and subscribe to the channel, as it motivates me to make more videos. Before we proceed, let's talk about today's sponsor, which is AutoAE. So if you are a content creator and you don't have time or enough knowledge to create certain scenes, AutoAE can help you to do that. You can select one of the pre-made templates, customize it, and download it for free. The good thing is that folks over AutoAE were generous enough to share a link with me, and by signing into that you will get discount along with more free downloads. You can find the link down in the description. Now let's get back to our video. Alright, so here we are inside of Adobe After Effects, and it's time to finish this animation. So far this is what we have made, so let's just watch it.
If every editor is doing the same thing, choose a different direction. It's not about the tools, using AI, or working faster.
Alright, so now it is time. If we reveal the reference, we want to create this rectangle with text on it, and as you see, sort of a taper line comes and creates another text animation, and then it slides up for the final scene. So let's just start with making the scene. It is just super simple. I'm gonna go in here and we're gonna just grab a rectangle tool. We're gonna create a rectangle like this, and then we're gonna go towards the pen tool. We are going to turn off the fill. Let's just set the stroke on 2 pixels for now, and we're gonna draw sort of an L shape like this, and I'm gonna just call this one 1, and I'm gonna duplicate it. I'm gonna place it in here. I'm going to right click on it. In transform, I'm gonna select flip horizontal, so this one will create something similar. We're gonna just select both of these. We're gonna just push them up. We're gonna just move them about here. We're gonna right click on them. In transform, we're gonna just select flip vertical, and there we go. We have these shapes nice and aligned. We're gonna just hide the reference. I think the text is it's about creating something. Let's just hide this so we can just, it's about creating something. All right, we're gonna just hide it. We have these borders. It's about, oh, the font is super big. I'm gonna just set it on light italic. Let's just set it for 150 or even less. It's about, and then we're gonna just go for the next rating. We're gonna increase it a bit, and let's just set it on italic, and something, and this looks good. All right, we're gonna just set it on bold, and we have almost the text. Now it is time to create the line. So what we are going to do is that we are just going to first select these layers. We're gonna pre-compose it. So this is basically a camera border, right? So we're gonna call it the camera border. All right, this will give us less layers to work, and it's easier for us to work. And then what we are going to do is that we're going to go towards the pen tool, increasing the lines. I'm going to just try to draw a line like this, but let's just make it a bit smooth on each side. You see, we have tangents in here, and we don't want that to happen. Okay, this line seems good, and it will cover most of the text that we want to create. And let's just rename it to line. But what I'm going to do is that I'm just going to select the shape layer 1, stroke, and taper. We are going to increase the start and end length to create something almost like this. All right, this looks good. Now what we are going to do is that we're just going to select these 3 layers, which are the text layers. We're gonna duplicate them. We're gonna bring them on top. Let's change their colors. so you guys can see better. And then what we are going to do is that we're just going to parent them first to the original text, so each one. So for example, something gets parented to the something, creating gets parented to the creating, and it's about also is going to get parented to the it's about. We're going to select these 3 layers and we're going to track method to the line. However, we are going to reveal the line. Now what we can do is that we can just change their colors. So I'm just going to change them to pink. So as you see now, it will create this sort of contrast between the letters that you see on here. Something like this, but I already know that you guys realized it, that these are not set on fill. These are basically set on stroke. So we have it like this. So let's just hide this one. So we have something like this. Now this part can be up to you to adjust the trim path however you will, to adjust the line however you like, but once we do that we need to add a trim path. So basically I'm just gonna go into the line and let's just close the stroke and shapes. We're gonna go into add, we're gonna add a trim path. In trim path we are going to animate the line, and let's just set the easing on 65% as well.
It's about creating something that...
Okay, that's just too fast.
It's about creating something that...
Okay, this looks good. I like it. Now, as I have mentioned, we're going to just animate this with TextEvo. So we're going to just select every text and we're going to just apply the TextEvo plugin on it. And let's just basically do the same thing for the next one. As you see, it's not happening. And we need to do the same thing for all other texts as well.
It's about creating something that truly...
Alright, this looks good. We already have made everything. Let's just add another background, but first let's just go in here and trim from here the beginning so we can know this is just for the scene 6. And I'm gonna just create a new background. I'm gonna place it in here. We're gonna add a gradient ramp effect into it. Alright, let's just push it beneath the shape layers and we're gonna just reveal the color. Okay, as you see, we have a displacement match. When the something comes, nothing will happen in here. I think it's because it's not parented to something. So let's just find something. Okay, now it's fixed. Great, now it's done. It is time to add the animation. So the text starts in here. We are going to add a new camera. But before we do that, we're gonna just set everything on 3D. Great, we're gonna just create a new null object. We're gonna call this one camera controller. And we're gonna parent the camera one into the camera controller. All right, let's just add a bit of rotation into it. So let's just set it on 3D so we can see better. We're gonna just set the rotation keyframes. And let's just start by rotating it, for example, 35. This looks good. We're gonna just add a position keyframe along with it as well. And we're gonna just set a keyframe F9. I'm just gonna apply to one like this, and then I'm gonna select the motion tool. I'm gonna copy these 2 keyframes. I mean the easing of these keyframes.
It's about creating...
And this is just super rough.
It's about creating something that truly...
This looks good.
It's about creating something.
We're gonna just, I think trim pass should have started a little bit late.
Faster. It's about creating something that truly. It's about creating something that truly.
And once it's in here, we're gonna just duplicate the camera controller. We're gonna parent the camera controller 1 to the camera controller 2. We're gonna just remove these keyframes, and we're gonna let's just set a keyframe on position because we only want to create a slide up animation like this.
It's about creating something that truly stands. Creating something that. It's about creating something that.
All right, this looks good. We just need to decrease the distance between the keyframe to create a match cut.
It's about creating something that.
About here should be fine. So the scene is almost finished. All we need to do is that we need to add the overlay. I'm gonna just add the film overlay also in here. Let's make sure that it's visible. Okay, this is just visible. And we're gonna just select everything except the color guide, and we're gonna just recompose it. This is gonna be the scene 006, and it ends in here.
Or working faster. It's about creating something that truly. About creating something that.
All right, this looks good. Now off to the final scene. I already have imported the assets. So it's basically you need a cube and you need a character on top of it. So we are going to just set it on here. Okay, this looks good. Also, let's increase the cube a bit, but first let's just parent it. And we are going to increase the cube a bit. We're gonna just push it down almost to here. I think we need to fix the colors. I'm gonna add a tritone. Let's just push these pixels into white, into black, and I'm sorry, the last one into white. All right, this looks good. We're gonna just select the characters. We're gonna add a fill effect into it. We're gonna just get the gray color. We need to add the background. So let's just check the reference to see which type of background I have used. As you see, it's just this, the texture background with the overlay and optical flares. So we are going to select, for example, scene 005. I'm gonna find the background. I think this was the background, yes. And this is the film overlay, and this is the flares. And we're gonna just bring it in here. The layer over there has been misplaced, so the background should come first, and then here's gonna be the flare on top of the film overlay. All right, this looks good. Where is the characters and cubes? So they should start in here. So we're gonna just trim everything to here, and okay, let's just quickly stands out. So we're gonna add the text. Let's just set it on fill, and we're gonna find the color guide one more time. Okay, stand out. I think we can just press enter. Let me just solo it so you guys can see better. And let's just reveal the background. So one thing that we could do with this text is that we can just press enter, and then we can hold alt by using the right arrow key. We can do something like this, but as you see, the distance in here is a lot, so we're gonna just change it and adjust it like this. All right, this looks good. We just need to increase its size like this, and then we need to work on this one a little bit, and this looks good. All right, so we don't need this color, and we're gonna just add the text evo
that truly stands out. Something that truly stands out.
All right, it's done. Now it's super simple. We're gonna just create a shadow for this character. So I'm just gonna duplicate this character. I'm gonna call shadow. I'm gonna set it on 3D. And I'm gonna just rotate it. Let's just bring it up so you guys can see better. I'm gonna just first lay it like this almost. Then we're gonna just rotate it like so. And we're gonna just place it in here. And what we can do is that we can just select the track matte tool again, and we can track matte it to the cube, and we can reveal the cube. So this will create the shadow that we want. But once we can do is that we can add a fastbox blur, make the shadow a little bit blurry. All right, and we can just parent it to the cube as well. So it's already parented to the cube, so it's no problem. Now we can just select the cube. We can open the position a few frames forward. We're gonna just set another keyframe, and then once it's set, we're gonna just push it down. And then we're gonna just set the easings on 65%.
Something that truly stands.
Okay, it needs to get revealed better, so we're gonna just set the easings like this.
Something that truly stands out.
Now this scene is finished. We are going to select everything and we're gonna pre-compose it. We're gonna call it scene 007. But however, we are going to, this should start from here. So we're gonna cut it and we're gonna just start and create a simple scale to create a zoom in effect.
Something that truly stands out. If every editor is doing.
All right, so here's the final piece. Let's just watch it.
If every editor is doing the same thing, choose a different direction. It's not about the tools, using AI, or working faster. It's about creating something that truly stands out. If every editor is doing.
All right, here we are at the end of this series, and I hope you have enjoyed this video. If you have enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave out a like and subscribe to the channel, as it would help me out a lot and motivates me to make more videos. Thank you so much for watching this video. I'll see you in the next one. Have fun.